this video for the third time. But you know what they say, third time's the charm. Um, so the first time I originally recorded all the parts of the video. Um, I hadn't realized I was recording without my mic. So all my footage, hours worth of footage, um, I was micless. So were you silent or were you silenced? My second time recording went all right, but I was recording with parts of the video out of order. So, and then my Discord kept going off. So, um, and then my talking was longer than the video. So I'm gonna try and not do that this time. Although the video is still pretty long, and I apologize for that. And I've already talked so long already, and yeah, to jump straight into the video, I moved the brother into Crick Cabana. As I mentioned in my cast intro video, um, I made the household together in cast, but I did decide to split it in game, and I wanted to build the house so that I at least like have a starting place. Because even though I'm not going to be playing with the brother and his family, I still wanted the kids to have stuff, especially if my sim is going to go over to their house, and I don't want the kids taken. And I put a few items just in case they decide to have more children, because I've turned on neighborhood stories. I just turned off horses and moving out, and that's the gist of it. For my legacy sim, I originally started out with trying to build the house myself, and you will very quickly see I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. So, as you can see, I struggled so hard with figuring out what to do. Um, I hovered over the maintenance thing because in the challenge rules, um, or guidelines or whatever, um, it says that your Gen 1 will fall in love with, fall in love, well, not fall in love, but like marry the male person, male woman, or man, and or the repair person, male or woman, or maybe gender neutral, gender fluid. And I thought when I read that, I thought the easiest way to do that would be through living in an apartment. And I was thinking, like, yes, it says your moderate home, but there's no reason that, like, you can't make a place that you're renting or leasing a home, you know? Also, you get to watch me struggle with like not understanding why the foundation wasn't working and why stairs weren't working, and just I don't want to call myself dumb, but I was rather dumb in regards to it, and I couldn't figure things out, and I was getting somewhat frustrated, and I, no joke, spent like 40 minutes trying and failing, or maybe I'm exaggerating. I think I spent like 40 minutes working on the house before, but like 20 to 30 minutes struggling with the shell, before going to the gallery and like just finding a house to work with. And um, back to my point, I even though it would have been like I was tempted to do an apartment, I did want to do a home because I really wanted to create a basement, And that's part of the reason why I got some of the kits, like basement memories, because a lot of this home is kind of nostalgic for me, and so is this challenge to a degree. Like, even though I'm starting in Gen 1, a lot of the home, I wanted this to be like a generational house. Like, this has been a house in the family, you know? And so I wanted it to really be lived in. And I wanted to create a space that was homey. Like, I just wanted an environment that, like, really felt put together. And I really struggled to do that. And as you can see, re- I did slightly change the outside a little bit, and I built the rooms myself. I struggled to like I struggled to like what's the word? Figure out how to move the stairways and like not have them in the way. I really, really wanted to block off the downstairs for the grown folk and have that be like the grown folks space. But I don't know how to. I still don't know how to close that space off. And the reason I wanted to block it off is because I know that when um, Sims come over, they just be walking all up in your house. They just be doing everything all up in your house. And I I really just wanted that space closed off to be like invite only, but I can't figure out. I know, I think James Turner, um somehow he was able to like have a basement with a door, and it's like he had it flat. I Or maybe I'm just imagining all this happen in a video. I don't know. Um, but yeah, the house is a weird amalgamation of parts of wallpaper and of decorations. And I spent a long time decorating the walls, almost uselessly, because when I play game in when I'm in The Sims 4, I primarily play with walls down, so you won't even see a majority of the decorations that I've done. Um, Also, something that uh is not necessarily important, but something that I keep in mind is that the performance of my game isn't the greatest, or it's better than it has been. I play on a laptop, and I've always played on a laptop, but my graphics have always been, when I play live, not the greatest in what's the word, in accommodation to my computer to try and not have it struggle so much. I set the graphics low for the most part. Um right now I'm playing on like medium high. So the graphics are much better, but I know compared to like actual sim YouTubers who have like fantastically brilliant graphics and like scenic and aesthetic, my gameplay is not that. I am so sorry. It is not that. My computer is, it's doing the best it can, and I'm doing the best I can. Um, but back to the build. Because the Gen 1 is a chef, or there's a focus on cooking, and because I find personally cooking to be a very communal thing, and the sharing of food and like the sharing of community through cooking is so important. And I apologize for the Discord notifications that happened like 5 times in my original recording. I should probably close the app just to record this, but I I don't want to miss anything important. Anyway, um so I wanted to focus on like a big open kitchen space, and I struggled because I couldn't figure out why the um the benches, like the stools, weren't connecting to the countertops. Still don't know why. That was my issue with a lot of things, is that and I like realized why sim builders use the tool and cheat the move objects so frequently is because there are so many moments where I wanted to put something right in a corner or right in a certain space and I just couldn't. And I know I could use cheats or a mod or a tool to figure it out, but then I would have to go back and forth with playtesting, and I didn't want to do that because, again, I'm not a builder. And I hear you saying, well, why are you making us like watch this? Like, what's the point? And I don't know. I wanted to try, and I just wanted to give it an honest try and put together something. And yeah, I really wanted to like give it an honest try. And yeah, that's all I can say. I just wanted to give it an honest try. And yeah, and yeah, I'm getting a little lost in the sauce now because my video ended up a little bit. I'm still trying to figure out how best to record things, and I'm recording a voiceover over um like as I rewatch my footage, but the footage is a little, it needs fixing and editing, and I don't want to record for a fourth time. So apologies. But yeah, I really wanted the kitchen to be this open space. I struggled with objects and like placing them, and I just really wanted the space to like be a lived in communal generational house where it's like, yeah, that's the house that the cousins always love to come over. It's the house friends like to stay over, and because it's just an environment that is like welcoming, and that's really what I wanted to aspire for. um, as you can see, I did cheat the money. I did use MC Command Center to set the funds back to the starting funds, which was 22,000, I believe. Um, I probably overestimated how much I was going to spend, but I know it said modest home, and I know this home is probably not as modest as it could be. But again, I really wanted to set the stage of like, this is a home that has maybe been in the family for a couple generations. Um, Again, not just that I'm not a builder, but I tend, again, because of like the circumstances of my computer. I have never like I love watching builders create these aesthetically pleasing pieces, and like I like watching other let's players because and build these beautiful homes, and like it's like stage dressing. It like sets the stage for the background, for the environment of the storytelling. But because my focus has always been more on the Sims themselves, and because of, again, my graphic issue, I never really, when I'm playing myself, I never really focus much on that. But I really wanted to try for this challenge, and I really wanted to do a lot of things that I don't normally do. For example, in the cast intro video, I talked about I when I'm normally playing The Sims, there are a lot of features that I just kind of turned off because I got annoyed with them, like the fears and wants. I don't mind the wants, it's the fears that get on my nerves because especially when it's like fear of unfulfilled dreams, fear of being controlled, and you have to like do all this stuff to get that fear away because it affects their mood. And I at some point I like turned off the fame. I like uh I like the fame aspect, but like it's easy to gain fame, but it's also really easy to lose fame, and like the notifications for it just annoyed me, so I like turned off opting into fame. Um or because it's always like the road to fame begins. Well, it's like I just sold the painting. I don't want, but I turned it on because I do know that I'm pretty sure get famous is part of the legacy challenge. And um, I also enabled the community voting thing again because I turned that off because like I hated like I don't hate, but I got annoyed with like community rules and how you get fined if you're not following the community set things and you have to appeal it and you need so many sims. And the other thing is that I personally feel like um it's harder to build relationships and with other sims now, especially romantic ones, but like even platonic ones, I feel like it's gotten harder. And I feel like some people what I see a lot for when people talk about mods and gameplay is like um this is for the most realistic gameplay. And it's like, I do not play The Sims for realism. I play The Sims for escapism. I don't want realism. I don't like my Sims trucking and jiving because if I wanted to do that, I have real life for that, you know? So but that's, I don't want to yuck anyone's yum. That's just my personal opinion on it, and that's just personally how I play. But again, this challenge really inspired me and to attempt playing in a manner I don't normally play in, and really giving myself, for lack of a better word, a challenge. And yeah, I'm really inspired by the Legacy Challenge, and I am really thankful that simsigga put this idea together. And even though I'm a little intimidated, honestly, about like completing the challenge, and it's like no one's putting a gun to my head. I don't have to follow everything to a T. I don't have to do that. I know, but I want to give it an honest try, and I want to do my best, and I want to have fun with it, but I also want to do some storytelling with it. The other thing, sorry, I am just yapping. The other thing is with storytelling for me. When I play this in, um, I I feel like I play better when I don't have a whole lot pre-planned. That's why I tend to record my voice live because that's when I build the story best when they're when things are already in motion. That way I can give context to what's happening and I build the story that way versus like literally just pre-planning out everything. Again, I'm not knocking anyone who does that. I think it takes talent and a skill to do that. I just feel that personally for me, it's easier for me when I am playing the game and making up a story as I go. And I feel like The Sims are telling their own story as I go. And I love using scenarios and prompts to like give me a foundation, but a lot of it changes as I'm playing. And yeah, I love The Sims, and I really wanted to. I made this whole channel because I really, excuse me, I really just wanted to share my love of The Sims and my silly little stories with other people. And if you made it this far in the video, thank you. um, I'm I'm not the best editor. You might hear my dog in the background on occasion. My stories aren't the most unique or challenging compared to like others, I feel like. Um, but I feel like we each have something to offer, you know? And this is what I put together. And yeah, uh, the only other thing I'll mention is uh, there are several things I put down that I thought were usable items in this build. They're not. And there are also like some mistakes I made. Like I put down a washing system twice in the house, and I didn't realize it until I was playing, and I was like, why is there one downstairs when we've got one upstairs? And also, it took me so long just decorating downstairs that when I remembered there's a whole second story, I was like, oh my god, how do these sim builders do it? I can't do this. I am not a builder. But you gotta start somewhere and you gotta try, you know? So this is me trying. Um, but yeah, I just, I, I did my best, and um, I hope you like the build. And I think the only other thing I can mention is that like um, I don't even know what to mention or how to end this, because like I had a train of thought, but then I lost it. But oh, my only other thing is that you may see me in the next part go back in and fix some stuff. Also, right now, I'm trying my best to graduate by the skin of my teeth. I need to finish this last week, and then I have an internship, and I'm going to finish that soon as well. And hopefully, I'll have more time to play Sims. And my updates are likely going to be sporadic, so I apologize for that. I again apologize if you hear my dog or if you hear notifications in the background. Um, but that's who I am, and this is how I play, and this is how I live. I live like this. It's like, damn, bitch, you live like this? And it's like, yes, unfortunately, I do. And yeah. So I will let you watch the rest of the video, and maybe if you are somehow, if I haven't thrown you off my trail, um, I hope you stick around, and I hope you follow my story with Mama Odie and our soul food challenge. All right, take care, and thank you for watching. Bye.